I want to take a look at the Dow component Boeing heading into the open, cutting production of the 737 MAX. American Airlines also saying its cancellations due to the grounding of the Boeing MAX will now last until at least June. Before, they said April 24th. Boeing weighing on the Dow. Take a look at the futures. The Boeing now down 4.5%. U.S. futures down 101 points. And you can pretty much blame Boeing for that. Boeing, a huge drag on the Dow ahead of the opening in about 25 minutes from now. Of course, we have the earnings season, which begins at the end of the week with the big banks. What are they going to tell us? Joining us now is market watcher Joel Schulman. Joel, you are bullish, right? So I guess you're looking at strong earnings season. Is that my sense? Or at least a decent outlook, I guess, is what we always say. The guidance is always the critical factor in earnings. I think they set the bar so low that is it that hard to get over the bar?
Well, I'm cautiously optimistic. We had a fourth quarter, which is, of course, dreadful, and everything went down regardless of guidance in the fourth quarter. In the first quarter, 2/3 of the stocks went up. And I'm hopeful that in this, as we report the first quarter, I'm hopeful that we'll see a mix. I mean, a healthy mix. I mean, the markets are way up. We're near 2018 highs. Small caps still have some room to recover. I see growth opportunities in small cap, particularly the growth and value U.S., and I think international small cap is going to be strong.
But all we've heard about in the last month or more now is a slowing global economy that's impacting the U.S. economy.
Right. Well, I mean, but the U.S. is still strong. I mean, we have last week's numbers with job growth is strong despite the runaway M&A. We're seeing a very strong market with an overheated IPO market. Lyft came out last week. Pinterest is coming out. I'm sorry, Uber. Lyft came out. Pinterest, and then Uber's coming out later this year.
Right. And what about these IPOs? Good time to go public?
Well, the market's hot. I mean, there's a lot of money in the sidelines looking to come in. What I would do, what we do at my firm, is we usually wait 6 months to a year because when the VCs and there's an A-list group of VCs are in,
the venture capitalists.
Venture capitalists. They don't harvest immediately. They have to wait 6 to 9 months to a year. So we like to come in when they come out. You
mentioned Pinterest. It's setting its IPO price below the $12 billion valuation, somewhere between 15 and 17 bucks. Does that surprise you?
Well, it's coming out about 15, 16 times revenues. And so when we saw Lyft, they came out last week at 20 times revenues, 15 times. It seems like the market's going to bear that. They've got 700 and something million in revenue. Last year they had about about 400 million. Their margins are improving both on the top line and the bottom line. So
you like Pinterest?
Well, I like it in 6 months to a year. I mean, so it's a venture cap company. What's interesting about Pinterest is the two founders, or the co-founders, came out of Google and Facebook. And one of the things I talked about is I wrote a book at BAFSA, is that when people leave these big entrepreneurial companies and they create their own, this is value lost to big companies like Google and Facebook. So I see we're going to see more of this in the future, and I think that's an interesting outcome.
Interesting angle. Joel, thank you very much. Appreciate it.